Good evening. It's Monday evening and I'm feeling a bit under the weather. I think I might have this virus that's going around. It's not COVID. I've done a test and it's not COVID. But I have a slight sore throat. I'm bunged up. My head is fuzzy. And I'm generally feeling ugh. My sense of smell has also changed as well. Yeah. And that usually happens when I've got some kind of virus. And I've got a little bit of a sort of back of the neck headache type thing. So yeah, and as you can see, it's cold. It's very cold. I'm frozen, to be honest. July. I know everybody's talking about how appalling this June and July are. And I've heard of people putting their heating on. We're certainly not going to go that far. But the house is very cool. It's kind of really, it's a downer, put it that way. By now I would be expecting the weather to be, pleasant. I mean, I said to Paul, we've had 2 days that I can remember where I thought to myself, oh, the house feels nice and warm. I could walk around without clothes on if I wanted to and wouldn't feel cold. Not that I do that, but you could. And now it's changed again. It's cold, it's grey. We've had some rain today, very light rain. But it's just... Oh. But on the positive side, my rug has arrived. Let me turn you around and show you. It's in its box. I'm not getting it out until probably tomorrow because I've ordered these little cups for the, what do you call them, the feet on the sofas to protect the rug. So I'm waiting for those to arrive tomorrow and then I can put the rug out. I'll need to move furniture to do it as well because it's quite a large rug. But let me show you the corner of it. Hold on. It's in its box. Oh, it's not enough light, I don't think. There you go. You can just about see it. Alexa, front room on. That's better. It's from Ruggable. As you can see, it's a sort of faded design. It's designed to look like an old rug. And it's a beautiful blue and rose, I think they call it. So if you're not familiar with Ruggable, I've got one in the dining room, but they're a very thin rug because they're washable. But they have what's called, I don't know what they call it, but like a backing pad that goes on the floor, which is quite thick. And the rug basically sticks to it and they don't move. So I love them. I think they're great. And of course, they're a man-made fibre, so they don't attract moths. So yeah, that's one of the reasons for ordering them, for having this kind of rug, because I don't want moth attacks. So yeah, that's a job for tomorrow evening, I think. I'm hoping to get a really good night's sleep tonight and feel better. Sort of had a couple of nights where I've been a little bit disturbed. Paul was coughing last night and yeah, that was a bit disturbing. He did go downstairs at one point, but yeah, it's probably going to be my turn to start coughing soon. Although I have to say, when I do get ill, which is very, very occasional, I don't seem to develop a cough that much. Paul seems to get coughs. I tend to get more sort of bunged up and throaty, but I don't seem to develop a cough. Touch wood. Let's hope I don't. Oh, it's just such a pain feeling under the weather. It really is, because you just don't feel motivated. I wanted to maybe do some more scent blending, but my sense of smell is up the Swanee. Everything smells the same at the moment. Yeah, so there's no point in doing any essential oil blending, which is a shame, but hey, I'll have to get over this before I make my standalone video for you on my little collection of scent making kit, etc. Anyhow, work has been fairly busy, not horrendous, but fairly busy, and it's going to be another full week apart from Friday, which I'm going to be working from home on Friday. And I've also put together a request for cover for Thursdays and Fridays in July and August, because I'm transitioning back to part-time. That is happening. So hopefully I'll only be occasionally covering extra hours, which frankly I can't wait to get back to, because hopefully it'll be in time for a beautiful autumn, for lots of autumnal walks. We'll see. Yeah. So that's it. Yeah, that's it for this evening. I'm, in need of relaxation and possibly a couple of paracetamol, actually, to try and knock the edge off these symptoms. It's going around. It's going around. There have been several people at work who've been poorly with this throaty, heady, coughy type thing. So, yeah, it's a virus. Hurrah, summer virus. Anywho, I'm going now. Bye for now. I'll see you tomorrow. Good afternoon. Let's start again, shall we? Good afternoon. I nearly said good evening, but it's not quite evening yet. So I need to get this rug sorted. But in order to do it, I really need to move stuff. I need to move this table, which is very, very heavy oak. And it's in pieces. And I need to try and... I have to move that there, this sort of footstool thing that we've got. And then I'll have to try and sort of roll it. Yeah. You know what? I'm just going to get on with it, because I also need to clean the floor underneath this rug, which sits underneath the sofa, this grey sofa. I'm just going to have to get on with it, because if I procrastinate, I'll never get it done. And I want it done this evening, finished. And then I need to make dinner, because Paul's out at Cranley, down at For Earth's Sake. So, yeah. So say goodbye to this old rug. I know it looks nice, but it's half eaten. And there's a moth there. They won't be able to eat this new one because it's inedible to them. Yeah. I'm getting on with it now. I'm not filming it. I'm just getting on with it because it's a pain in the ass, but it's got to be done. And it's going to involve lifting and moving and stuff. So I'll show you when I'm finished. Okay? Okay. Whew. The one thing about today, it might have been wet, but it's very humid. I've been moving furniture and I'm bloody boiling hot now. First time in ages. So I've got the rug in place. So let's show you. Hold on. So here we are. Ta-da! I love it. I wanted to sort of move away from having a lot of red in here because I've got quite a lot of red there. There's sort of red tones, earthy tones here, red there. There was a red carpet, which is now outside, covered in moths. And now we've gone into sort of teals. Looks blue on here, but it's more of a teal, sort of greeny blue with a sort of rosy glow. And of course they're made to look, well, this style of them is made to look faded and old. But they basically work like this. There's a pad underneath, which is sort of thick. Well, not that thick. And that grips this very thin rug. And when I say it grips it, it really does grip it well. It was a bit of a task to sort of get it on and smooth it out. In fact, my hands have picked up a little bit of colour from the rug. So I'm smoothing it out, but let's tuck that label underneath. I'm pleased with that, really pleased. It's added a bit of lightness to the room. I was feeling the room was getting a bit heavy with all the sort of reds and orange sort of glows and woodiness. This will give it a bit of a refresh. And it's a good size too. The thing is, when I see a room with a big rug like this, I don't want to put anything back. Oh, so I'm kind of done. Yeah, I'm pleased I've got that sorted. As you might have noticed, I'm feeling a lot better than I did last night. Felt really rough, but feel much better. I think I got too cold, to be honest. So, I have stripped the grey sofa, simply because it really looked as though it needed a wash, and I've not washed anything this year yet because we've not had the warm weather. So, you know, in order to do all the sofa covers, you've got to have some warm weather because you need them to dry quickly. So I've stripped the sofa, and I've kind of realised that I want to sort of move away, as I just said before, move away from the reds in here. And I want to move really more towards the greens with maybe a few highlights of red. That's it. So I'd like to get, here's me buying things again. I'd like to get a throw. I've got so many throws, but they're all reds. Reds or zebra. Well, so I've got a bright turquoise one, but I don't think that will go. Maybe it will. Yeah, it's time for a change. It's time to move away from the reds. I want something in a teal. Grey and teal, nice. I want to go for less of a red feel. That's it. That's it. So, yeah. So I've stripped, like I say, I've stripped the grey sofa. I've just put the cushion covers in. And then I'll put the main cover in just for a 40-degree quick wash. Yeah, I'm glad I've done that. Really glad. I really just went with the energy and did it. Normally I wouldn't do anything like that when I get in from work. Normally I'm exhausted. And I thought I was going to feel exhausted tonight, but I'm not. I'm all right. It's good. Yeah, slight change of styling in here, I think. Going forwards, I'll see what I want when I see it. I'll know what I want when I see it. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. Did I say we had torrential rain again? No, maybe not. I'm not sure. We did. Oh, nose is running again. I'm going to sign off now and go and sort out some dinner because Paul's on his way home. I've just checked the map. Oh, bloody nose. Yeah. So I'll just swish you around. I put the table back now and the furniture, but you'll see what I mean in terms of styling. Hold on. So this is the sofa that I've stripped. This I only put on here as a sort of bolster to make it more comfortable because, to be honest, these IKEA cushions have really gone flat. So I'm also thinking about getting some replacement foam. But look, you see how the red jars with it? But the teal just is lovely with it. But do you see what I mean? How it needs to get away from the red? I'll have a play. I'll get it right. I don't really want to be buying too many other things. It's been a bit of a expensive month so far. We're only on the 10th. Sometimes it's like that when you've got a home. You have to buy stuff. If you're going to, have a swap round and restyle things minimally. I do like a pop of red. And there is red in the rug. It's a rosy colour. So yeah, I do like a pop of red. Yeah, I've said that twice. I'm going now. I need to blow my nose and get on with sorting food. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Oh, not very flattering. It's Wednesday. Oh, it's Wednesday evening. And it's been a busy evening putting the sofa covers back on and ironing them. Now, let me give you a bit of advice. Never buy cheap IKEA polyester covers because they don't dry very well and they don't iron very well either. So my sofa now is covered in sort of bobbly, unironable things. Yeah, it kind of looks like student accommodation. Not very happy. So I'm going to be covering it in throws. So I don't know whether you can see, but I mean, look at that. That has been ironed. That has been ironed. Look, it's just ridiculous. All of this has been ironed. Just won't iron. So anyway, I'm introducing new colours. As you can see, I've got a green throw there. I've also got a taupe throw as well that I'm going to put on this side here. And I bought a new one to go on the back, which has sort of got similar colours to the rug. And I've also ordered some ochre yellow cushion covers and some teal cushion covers in crushed velvet. Same make as these, which I love. So I'm going to be changing the tones. So those are going to be going. It's just to freshen up. And I think it's important once in a while to have a little bit of a freshen up, a little bit of a different look, introduce some different colours. You have to tie those colours together. So there will always be red in here because I will always keep the wall hangings, as you can see. I mean, that's not really red, that's more of a sort of brown. But this one is sort of red. And I'm taking the ochre inspiration from that. So that will hopefully tie things together a little bit. So yeah, how's work been today? Work was relatively busy. Quite a lot of document work, not so many phone calls. Like I've said before, we're going into that sort of summer lull. Working from home on Friday, I think I might have mentioned that because we're having electrical works done, so we're closing the office for the day. And then from next week, I should start having shorter weeks in this sort of transition back to part-time. Yeah, so there you go. Feeling okay, a bit bunged up, a bit snotty, as you can hear. But pollen levels are all over the bloody show at the moment. They're high one day, then they're low, then they're high again, then they're medium, then they're high. So I think that's really affecting me this year. Bizarre. I've said it loads of times, so Paul's feeling a little better now. He's getting over his cough. Yeah. So I've just sat down, really. I had a cup of tea when I came in, but I got to work with the iron, managed to burn my finger. Don't know whether you can see a little blister there. So I've put lavender oil straight onto that, and it's amazing how lavender oil can be used for very minor burns. I know they say run it under the tap for 10 minutes, blah, blah, blah. Don't put oils on, don't put butter on, but a drop of lavender oil on a very small burn provides almost instant relief and helps to speed up the healing process. I have tried and tested this for many, many years. It does work. Obviously, not for large burns, but for a small burn like this, works very well, in my experience. Don't apply essential oils directly to the skin under any circumstances. I do. It's fine with lavender for me because I'm fine. I don't react to lavender. But if you've never had it on your skin before, don't try it without a patch test and without diluting the oil first. That's the disclaimer. Weather-wise, it's been changeable. I don't think we had any rain today, maybe a couple of drops, but it's been grey at one point, a little bit of sun. It's clearing up this evening. It's quite breezy. It's feeling warmer than it has been, but not anything like it should be at all. So yeah, there you go. That's me for you this evening. God, I hate that cover. I wish I'd never bought that bloody IKEA cover. I only bought it because I was lured by the cheapness of it. I'll never do that again. Cotton covers shrink. So when you put them on a cushion, they sort of become tight, which is why they don't need to be ironed. Whereas these don't really shrink. No. So they don't go tight. So they're not going to naturally. I mean, as I'm watching, the creases are returning. Taunting me. Oh, I can't go on. Okay, that's it for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Good evening. It's Thursday evening. So yeah, today's been fairly busy. If I sound out of breath, I've just been doing a few furniture swap arounds. Yeah, I'll show you that in a minute. Yeah, Thursday's been quite busy at work. We're not in the office tomorrow because of the electrical works that are taking place. So we won't have any power, so we can't turn the computers on. No, but that's okay. I'm working from home. I had an issue with a window that I couldn't get to close. Some of the windows in that place are just absolutely ancient and it just wouldn't close. And I think a colleague of mine, a new colleague who's maybe not familiar with the quirks of the building, had attempted to close it and has basically kind of broken it. Yeah. Should have pre-warned them about that. So I attempted to close it and it wouldn't close. So I was spraying WD-40. I was stood on a desk trying to get it to close, and I've managed to get it to close partially, but I'm afraid that will just have to do. It's secure, but it's slightly open. So I've put a sort of pile of paper towels underneath just in case it rains and there's water ingress. But yeah, so that was a bit of a pain in the backside, but hey, what can you do? When you're in a post like mine, you're a sort of jack of all trades, really. You've got to be able to deal with multiple different things and try and find solutions. And there's absolutely no way we would get an engineer to do a repair until next week. Why is that person reversing up the road? Because they don't want to go round the block. Idiot. Anywho, the good news is a few of my new things have arrived that I've purchased for the front room in terms of changing the colours in here to introduce a slightly new palette, a cooler palette, as I mentioned, to get away. What is going on out there? It's Traffic City. I suppose it's rush hour, isn't it? Yeah, trying to get away from the reds in here. Not completely removing all the reds, but just to sort of cool it down a little bit and just give it a fresher look. So I'll show you. I wasn't expecting all of these things to arrive, but my throw has arrived and my new cushion covers in crushed velvet. So let me swing you around and show you the sort of slightly new palette. Hold on. So I've switched to the wide angle lens so you can see more. As you can see, it's been a brighter day today. Got a bit of light streaming in. So, okay, there's the new throw, which I rather like, which has got some ochre colours within it, which sort of match with the yellow. Paul's just walked in. Where have you been, Paul?
Lettuce.
Lettuce collection for dinner. We eat a lot of lettuce. It's very good for you. So as you can see, the ochre here tones in with here and also the yellow on here. So I'm quite pleased with that. And the green just sort of breaks it up and freshens it. So those are new. Cushions, cushion covers, just the covers and the throw. And this, by the way, it's a fleecy throw. So it's got a fleecy backing, so it's warm in the winter. And it's polyester. I'm afraid it's man-made. I'm not buying wool anymore. No. And these cushions as well. And I bought this chair in here for a different look. So these are, again, meant to be crushed velvet, but they're not as crushed as I would have liked. But that's okay. So yeah, that's my new colour palette in here, which I think is quite nice. We've still got that rosiness of the carpet, but then I just feel as though the yellow introduces a new dimension to the colour and ties that in. If I just stand in the corner, you've got the green and the teal here. I think that works quite well. It's just a fresher look. A fresher look for summer. And of course I could always go back to the reds in the winter if I want to. I'm quite pleased with that. And also it's kind of quite nice to spend a little bit of money. You know, because I don't actually normally spend that much. And I think recently I've sort of had a bit of a change of heart. I thought, I'm doing all these hours, I'm working all these extra hours. And of course, a large proportion of my money goes to Paul to pay the bills and the mortgage. But I do save. And I save quite a bit. I'm quite good at putting stuff away, putting money away. Putting stuff away. I didn't mean that. I meant money. Um, and things do need replacing. The rug needed replacing. And sometimes it's nice to have a little freshen up. And actually, changing cushion covers, just the cushion covers, is a fairly inexpensive way of changing a look for not too much money. I mean, how much were those? I think they were about £5 each, I think they work out as, those cushion covers. So that's not too bad. The throw, I think that was about 20, I think it was 28, I think. And the rug was expensive. I'm not going to be so vulgar as to discuss large expenses, but you can check them out on Ruggable. They're not cheap, but rugs aren't. And these are very well made and very resilient. That's what I want. I don't want wool. I don't want things that are going to be open to moth attacks. I'm not doing it. So yeah, it's been quite nice to sort of treat myself to a few things recently, which is, yeah, it's unusual. I don't know, I'm not a big spender. I'm not always comfortable spending money. And I think that's because when I was younger, I used to spend money. I used to buy quite a lot of clothes, you know, I don't know, just stuff. And as I get older, it's not as important to buy stuff. I just tend to purchase things that are needed, replacement things. But this has been quite fun, just giving the room a different look, just a slightly different look. So yeah, nothing else to report really. Feeling warmer. It has been bright today and sunny, which has been very nice. And I think it sort of gives everybody a bit of an uplift, in mood. It feels as though we are going to get a bit of summer. Temperatures aren't set to rise hugely, but that's okay. But it's feeling a bit more pleasant now. So I'm going to sign off and I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Good evening. It's Friday evening. The working week is over and boy, am I glad. So as I said the other day, whenever I had to work from home today, so I've kind of been sat here with the computer on my lap because I don't really have a workspace. Paul works upstairs and there isn't an office chair. So yeah, I sit here with the computer on a couple of cushions on my lap and it's okay for a day. Yeah, it's all right for a day. But I have to say, today has not been a particularly pleasant day of work. This morning I received, I think it was about 5 of the phone calls that I took were complaints. Obviously I can't talk about them, but it was not particularly pleasant. Yeah. And yeah, I just can't talk about them. So yeah, wasn't great at all. It's quite rare that I receive that number of complaints. And the complaints aren't about me, they're about the service and things usually that haven't been done. So yeah, it's a day that's best left behind. So as soon as I finished at 5 o'clock on the dot, I decided to do a perfume blend, an essential oil blend to relax and to practice. So I did that, and that is now in a little bottle maturing. So I'm quite pleased with it. It's quite a sort of, I don't know, how can I describe it? Smoky, green, dark, male, with a citrusy top note. So I'll see how that matures over time. Best left for a few weeks. But that was fun. I really enjoyed that. It helped me decompress from the day. Being surrounded by beautiful scents is really, really relaxing, uplifting, mood changing. So never underestimate the power of essential oils. They are very, very useful things. So I'd like to do another one tomorrow, and I'd like to work on an oil blend for an eau de toilette. So that would have around 10 to 15% fragrance in an alcohol dilution. So I'm just getting up my practice, getting up my knowledge before I embark on doing videos for you. Yeah, it's a really interesting journey, and I will take you along at some point. So it's time to relax now, time to chill out. It's been a challenging day. I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Morning, it's Saturday morning, and I'm playing with fragrances again. I did a fragrance blend yesterday, which is now maturing, and it was sort of quite dark and spicy, and I think I mentioned it. And I'm here, it's time to do one that is fresh and summery and uplifting. So I've got to come up with the recipe first. So I've got to do a bit of testing. I've got to wash on. Yeah, my cleaning cloths are in there. I've got a little bowl here of soapy water, which I use to clean stuff. When I'm blending, I'm in the dining room. Got the lights on. Let's just whiz you round and show you. Hold on. This is my collection. So I've got bottles. I've got bottles and rollables in there. Those are my oils. I've got a little blending jar that I use. I've got some pipettes which I clean out each time I use them. I've got a little glass here to put my fragrance stick things. I've got some oil, but I won't be using that today. I've also got some perfumer's alcohol because I want to formulate an eau de toilette, but I won't be using that today. I'll be putting together the blend, and then I'll put that into a little brown bottle, and I'll write down my recipe, and then I'll let it mature. So yeah, that's my kit. I just thought I'd show you. Got some rubber gloves as well, which are handy because you don't want to get oils all over your fingers, because that will detract from the blending, you know, the smelling of the blend. So there you go, I just thought I'd share that. So yeah, I'm going to get on with that now. There's a few chores that I need to do this morning, some vacuuming, toilet cleaning, things like that. So yeah, so I'm kind of building up my experience with blending before I make a video, so I can go into it knowing what I'm talking about, rather than, oh, this is all just a shot in the dark type thing, you know? So yeah, but I just thought I'd share that little bit with you. It's very dull and cool this morning. Not really seen the sun. It's quite grey. Yeah. So let me get on with this now. Thank you for watching. Sorry about the camera work this week. It's been rather slapdash. I'm afraid I've not been very careful with my, I don't know what the word is, just keeping things still. And, you know, I've been flinging you around and God knows what. Hey ho, that's the way it goes. We're not professionals. These are homemade videos. Paul's down at the plot. We're going to film Sunday Chat this afternoon. So, and I need to get on and edit this and upload it. So yeah, there you go. Okay. See you tomorrow for Sunday Chat. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.